Hi, welcome to Math 99. I'm Valerie McPhee and I will be your instructor this semester. I want to use this video to go through the steps that you need to be successful in this course. So let's start here on the ICM student portal. We're going to click on Math 99, our course for this semester. And I'm going to turn off my camera so that I'm not distracted. So you'll see here at the top of the portal, we have our course outline. I want to go over that with you in this video. There will be a link to this video if you want to watch it again. Any video that I've created for you can be found here on YouTube if you prefer watching your videos on YouTube. We'll go over the schedule in the video as well. When you're meeting me in Zoom, there's a Zoom link always found on this page. If you're having trouble registering in Pearson My Math Lab, you can click here and use this PowerPoint. It also shows you how to download the lockdown browser. Please follow that PowerPoint carefully if you're having difficulty either registering in Math Lab or downloading the locked browser. There's a link here for your e-textbook. You've already paid for it. It makes sense that you might want to use it. So if you are using your e-textbook, you'll notice that I've posted solutions to the questions from all of the chapters that we are using. The rest of our student portal page is broken down week by week. Now the weeks are all set up the same. The first thing you're going to find are your class notes. Week 1 class notes, Week 2 class notes, Week 3. I strongly suggest that you print these notes. They're meant to be used with your videos. Below the class notes, you will always find your video lessons for each week. You need to watch all of them. Now, there are 2 video lessons in Week 2, but 4 video lessons in Week 1. It doesn't mean I talked more in Week 1. It just means I made several shorter videos. These are 2 longer videos. Remember, you need to watch them all. After the videos, you will find a number of worksheets, other videos, or answer keys that will be useful in helping you be successful this semester. The video links will be of other instructors who I think do a good job teaching. The worksheets are there for you to practice and prepare different topics that I think are important, or answer keys to different types of questions that I've given you. In this case, math drills that you can find in your class notes. So let's start by going through the course outline for this semester. I don't remember if I said my name. My name is Valerie McPhee. I will be your instructor this semester. Here is my email address in case you need to contact me. Now, this course is designed to get you ready for pre-calculus, and as such, there are a number of topics that I expect you are already comfortable with. I expect you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide with whole numbers, with positive and negative numbers, fractions, and decimals. I expect you can solve simple equations and plot an ordered pair or a point on a Cartesian plane. We are using this textbook, an e-textbook. You've already paid for it. And as I showed you in the class Moodle page, there is a link there for you to access your e-textbook. The money for this has already been withdrawn from your account. And all other practice worksheets, videos, and notes are available on the class Moodle page and in my math lab. You will, of course, need the regular stuff: pens, pencils, red pens, highlighters, rulers. Your class notes, again, are required. I expect you will print them and use them as you go through the video lesson. This is an online program, so you do need a working laptop or computer and a stable working internet connection. It is worth noting that you will need another device, a second device for test times. You can't use Zoom when you're using the lockdown browser. So make sure you have your phone available and your computer during test times. Calculators are not permitted in this class. This course is designed to prepare you for Math 103. Math 103 is designed to prepare you for Math 1500, and in both those courses, calculators are not permitted. I can't watch what you're doing at home, but I would suggest that you practice without a calculator or any other device. You need to be comfortable working without them. I hope one of the first things you do once you finish watching this video is register for this course in Pearson. If you did a placement test, you already have an account, so please don't open another account. Don't register more than once. It's easy for marks to get lost that way. But you will use this access code. If you use this access code, you will not have to pay. You will use this course ID. If you were in this course last semester, you need to register using this course ID. The course you were in last semester is finished. We're starting a new one. So this is the information you need when you get to Pearson. Your attendance is part of your participation marks. However, I'm still expecting that you're going to practice your math daily. I'm expecting that you're going to watch your videos by Friday evening. I expect you're going to complete your weekly quizzes on time. And I expect that you're going to attend the Tuesday Zoom classes regularly. These 4 things will help you be successful this week. Probably the daily practice is most important. Well, so is watching all of the lectures and completing your quizzes on time. Okay, how does the mark break down? We have a final exam for 40%. 3 tests add up to a combined 40%. Your quizzes are worth 10%, and your participation is worth 10%. Let's look at each of those categories. We're going to start with your final exam. I'm not going to say a lot about this now because you will forget by the time we get there in 13 weeks. Just a reminder, though, that the schedule isn't released until the end of semester. So don't make any travel plans until you know when your final exams are. It's a cumulative exam. It covers all material. It will be done in Pearson, my lab. I want to point out that you need a mark of 55% or greater on your final exam and an overall score of 55% or greater in order to pass. Both of those have to be true. All of this other information I won't cover right now because you will forget by the time we get there. We will talk about that as we get closer to your exam. However, it's the same information as we will cover in your test here. You'll get used to all of this as we go through our 3 tests. There are 3 one-hour tests, and I don't require any basic mark to write the tests. However, we are asking that you consistently complete your quizzes and consistently attend your required Zoom classes. If you do not, you will not be permitted to write your test. You would receive 0, and it won't be an average. There is an exam protocol test the day before. 100% is required on that. Don't worry about the 100%. That's easy. What's not so easy, apparently, is completing the pretest the day before the test. If you don't complete it the day before the test, you lose 5% of your test mark. This is new this semester. We had so many people having difficulty remembering, and I don't know why. So now I'm not going to worry about you remembering. You will just lose 5% if you forget. There are no other test dates for any other reason, okay? So what happens if you miss a test? Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Again, this is an online course, so you are responsible to have a working computer and a working internet connection for your tests and your exams. Your tests are written online, just like all of your quizzes, just like your final exam. Here is the breakdown for each of your tests and a reminder that no calculators are permitted. So you're going to complete the pre-test the day before. You're going to find a quiet space to work in. Don't be late. You won't be permitted to write your test if you're late. Make sure you have your ID available to you in case I ask to see it. Make sure you're writing your test by yourself. No help from other people, no help from other devices. We do require 2 devices to write the test because Zoom and the lockdown browser don't work together. So you will probably use your phone for Zoom and your computer for your test. There's no talking permitted during the test. You have to remain at your computer the entire time. There are no bathroom breaks. We're using Pearson MyLab to write your test. Of course, you can have blank paper for your rough work. You can't do math without paper. Make sure you're comfortable putting solutions into MyMathLab. This is important because it is a little bit tricky. Computer programs can be a little bit specific. In fact, let's take a look at Pearson and see if we can find the practice I wanted to show you. Here I am in Math 99. You've registered for this course. Let's point out a couple of things. It always lists which of your assignments are due next, so there's no excuse to miss them. If you're going into my math lab every day, and you should be, you will always see this here. If you can't see the menu on the left-hand side, you just need to click on that menu button at the top. It opens it and closes it. I'm going to go to Assignments. Now you'll see here that there's a due date on the left. Every due date for the entire semester is here. Again, no reason to miss anything. Some assignments have prerequisites. They're noted by those little green flags. So if I hover on this green flag, it tells me I have to do the lockdown browser quiz before I can do quiz 1. That's true here as well. You only have to do it once, but it needs to be done. It tells you how many attempts you have for each assignment. You'll notice that that first lockdown browser quiz has an infinite number of attempts. But then there's only 1 attempt for each of the next 2. These are the same assignment, quiz 1A, quiz 1A. You have 2 attempts to do it. The first attempt is due on Saturday. The second attempt is due on Monday. I would suggest before you do your quizzes, you look at the homework. The homework for quiz 1A can be done any number of times. The nice thing about the homework is that if you look on the right here, question help is available. The help available in Pearson for Math 99 is very good. You can look at an example, watch a video, an animation, or it will take you to your textbook to look at these types of questions. There are no marks for doing your homework, but it's practice that will help you be successful when you're doing your quizzes. You'll see that every quiz has homework attached to it. Each chapter also has more practice. I should have said one thing about the homework also. Let's see if I can do that here. No, this isn't a good example. Let's see. Here's a good example. After I put in my answer, you have an option to go to the next question. But if this was difficult, if I just hit X instead, it will give me an opportunity to do a similar question. So you don't have to go to the next question. You can do a similar question as often as you need. So the homework is a good place to spend some time practicing. Let's go back to our course outline. After each test, you may be asked to verify. That means you're going to have to check your emails to see if I ask you to come and meet with me. If I do, you will be given an opportunity to show me how you correctly solved a couple of questions from your test. You can have paper ready. We probably won't use it. You should be in a quiet place. This counts as 50% of your test mark. Now, this doesn't happen very often, but sometimes when I choose questions that people did correctly on their test and ask them to explain it to me, they can't. If you can explain nothing to me that you got right, I will give you 0 on your test. Again, this doesn't happen often. Usually, if people scored 60% on their test, when they're explaining to me, they manage to get 60% right. That's usually what happens. So it's nothing to worry about, but it's good practice because we do verify your final exam. If you don't respond to a request to meet me in Zoom to verify, I will send you one reminder, but if you don't respond, you will get 0, okay? Now, if you miss a test, if you miss test 1 or test 2, there are some options. Remember, if you miss because I'm not letting you write, you just get 0. But if you miss because you're late, the internet broke down, the dog ate your computer, if something happens, I will give you the average of your remaining marks for test 1 or test 2. But in order for this to happen, you have to write 2 out of 3 tests. You have to have an average quiz mark of 65%. And you have to have been watching your videos and attending the Tuesday classes. So if you're going to need an average, these need to be true. If you miss 2 tests, you receive a 0 on both of them. If you miss test 3, you receive 0. Test 3 is compulsory. So let's make sure you don't miss any tests. Here are the dates in a nice red box in the course outline. Remember that the day before is your protocol pretest. So you're going to pause your video right now. You're going to get out your phone and put these dates in. June 2nd and June 3rd. June 23rd and 24th. July 21st and 22nd. You're going to remind yourself that you want to arrive in Zoom at 8 a.m. The test will begin at 8:30. Here are the quizzes that are covered in test 1, test 2, and test 3. So every week there will be 2 or 3 quizzes assigned. You should use these as an independent test of your understanding. Do them by yourself. Don't use your notes. Don't use a calculator. Don't get help from somebody. These should test you. Do you know them? I would recommend doing the quizzes before you do your homework. Remember that there are videos and examples you can use. I would suggest you use the questions from your e-text as extra practice. Remember that I have full solutions posted on the class Moodle page. You can do every quiz 2 times. The first attempt is due Saturday. The second attempt is due Monday. Only one attempt is required. Now let me remind you that there are no quiz extensions. I think that deserves its own color. There are no quiz extensions. You have 2 opportunities to do them. I would suggest you do them as early in the week as you can. Please watch this video link when you're finished with this video. I will keep your highest quiz mark. So if you do both of them, I will keep your highest of the 2. If you only do one, that's your mark. Here's an outline of the chapters that we're covering each week and the quizzes that go with them. The last bit of your mark comes from participation. Your participation mark comes from completing your quizzes by the due date and by attending Zoom classes. And remember, of course, for Zoom classes, I need your camera on. If I can't see you, it doesn't count. How are you going to do well in this course? Well, it's important to note here that completing the quizzes is not enough practice for most of us. Math takes a lot of work. So you should be watching the videos. Pause, practice, rewind. Use the homework. They're not for marks, but they are good for practice. There are worksheets on your class Moodle page and extra video links. You have questions in your e-text. Use them. If you're wondering which videos you should be watching each week, here's a list. But remember, they're listed on the class Moodle page as well. Every week, the video lessons are there. If you want to use your e-text, these are the questions I would recommend. Not all of the questions in the book are necessary. These are the ones I think are most helpful. I am expecting that you will attend Zoom every Tuesday. Please remember to be in a quiet space. Most of the time using the chat function with me is good. That way I can try to see what everyone is saying. Please bring questions that you are having difficulty with. If something was hard that week, bring the question. We can work on it together. Watch the videos so that you know what we're going to be talking about. My email address is at the front of this outline. I will respond within 2 days. If you email me the night before a test, I won't see it on time. Please check your ICM emails regularly. It's the only way I have to be in contact with you. When you email me, I need to know your name, your ID. You're in Math 99, Section 2. Please tell me this, otherwise I may not get back to you in a timely fashion. Here's a breakdown of the letter grades. If you're looking for an A, you can see that you will need to get a minimum of 80%. I should note that while you can pass this course with 55%, if you want to take Math 103, you need to get a letter grade of C, 60% or higher. So you can pass with 55, but you can't take Math 103 without a 60. ICM does not defer exams if you are traveling, so please don't make travel plans until you know the exam schedule. If you do need to have a deferred exam, let the office know with proper documentation within 2 days. Make sure you've attended 80% or more of your classes. Make sure you have attempted and passed all your term assessments. This is important. If you write a deferred exam, you will be asked to verify. So please watch for that appointment email. Important voluntary withdrawal deadlines. If you need to withdraw, make sure you have those dates noted. Another reminder that you need to have an working online internet connection and a computer. This is an online course. If you have accessibility issues, if you need more time on your test or your exam, if you need help with note-taking, please contact the Student Accessibility Services. They are here to help you. Please don't cheat. Every semester, I have to report at least one student who used a calculator, who used a friend, who used their notes, and I don't like to do it. Do your work yourself. Do the best you can. It's not easy doing work online. It's not easy doing school online. So try to have a positive attitude. Be engaged. Watch your lectures, rewind them, ask questions, send me emails. We'll try to get you through this course successfully. The last thing I want to look at with you is this document, the schedule, that's also found on the class Moodle page. Please print it. Post it on the wall beside your computer or by your desk or wherever you're working. I wrote this up so that you have a to-do list of everything that you need to remember. You can check off each item as it's completed. Remember that the videos are on the Moodle or in YouTube. Watch your videos. This is Saturday. I like Friday better. I actually think these days got mixed up here. Your first attempt for your quiz is due Saturday. The second one is due Monday. You only have to do one. Check your emails every day. Attend Zoom on Tuesdays. Practice math every day. Here's a checklist for you. Print the course outline. Watch this video. Well, if you got this far, you can check that off. Put your dates into your phone. Set reminders. Register in Pearson. When I meet you on Tuesday, I'm going to check to see if you've registered. Complete this quiz. It should be done before I meet with you. Print your notes. You can show them to me on Tuesday. Put your quiz due dates in your calendar. This is important. How to watch a video lesson. A video lesson is not a movie. Don't lie in bed. Be well rested. Have your supplies. Be in a quiet place. Don't just listen. Pause, do questions, rewind, listen again. When we're getting near a test, make sure you've got this all down. And finally, when I meet with you, print off your notes, listen to your videos, complete the first attempt, complete the second attempt. Tuesday Zoom class is required. Make sure you come, make sure your camera's working. We'll do things a little bit differently from last semester. Hopefully you can make some friends. Thursday is by appointment. I won't be waiting in Zoom on Thursday, but you could certainly make an email or make an appointment with me by email if you want to see me. Every week, check off what needs doing. Pay attention to week 4. We have a test. That's all I have for you in this video. I look forward to meeting with you this week.